What up, everybody? Welcome back once again to the Real Nerdy Review. Your boy is back with a brand new video. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. So, today we got a pretty interesting topic we got to talk about. This is a comic review. As you can see from the beautiful cover right here, this is Lady Luck, Spirit of Fortune. I've been wanting to read this comic book since I first found out about Ounce Comics. Big shout out to Ounce Comics for sending me this comic. I ain't gonna lie, if there's a poster, man, I definitely need it because this would be really badass on my wall. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. If you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. And as you can see, we got the inserts of Ounce Comics right here. Javier Salazar and Jordan Salazar wrote the story. Lucas Assis, pencils and inks. Gu Sabino with the colors. Javier Salazar with the letters, and Brad cover. And Brad with the cover. So, of course, you got Lady Luck up here, and I believe this character's name is Kaluf or something like that. I love the idea that they have black characters being a villain and a hero. I think that's pretty damn cool. So basically, as you can see here, the story starts off in 1958 with Chapter 1, Let the Good Times Roll. And you have these teenagers, young adults, out riding, right? And then fast forward, they end up, you know, getting attacked by some kind of crazy demon type character. And I love the way that the colors pop in this comic book. I think it looks really bad ass. And so, of course, the car veers off the road right here, right? And then you get to the next panel, and this is where Lady Luck shows up, and she ends up saving him. So then, I like the way that she looks. I think it looks really cool. Like I said, I like the way that the colors pop, and I like how the different panels switching between each thing that's happening here. It looks really, really cool. I love the red. It's my favorite color, so that looks really sick. And of course, she gets into this big fight with these demon creatures, and of course, here's one of the main side creatures. She ends up snatching her up with her chain, as you can see here. She pretty much takes off her whole damn arm. Yeah, these comics look real sick. And as you can see, her arm looks like it's trying to re-heal itself. And as you can see, the main chick says death would be too gracious for this one. And I think the guy says exceedingly violent or something like that. And this is where she says your fortune ends here. And then, of course, you get, all these other demons officially coming at her. And this is where she's, just slicing through them like nothing. And all the demons are saying, don't speak his name. So she says his name, right? And she's ripping right through him. And this is where he finally shows up. And this motherfucker looks bad ass. I love the look. I like that you have a black man as a villain in this comic book. I think that's really, really cool because you don't see a whole lot of that. And this is where, I guess her arm is basically trying to reheal itself. And they get into this fight. And as you can see here, he ends up stabbing her. And basically, boom. I guess kind of like the end of her story. And so then you go to like some moments later where I guess you kind of see your spirit. It looked like it's traveling around in New Orleans. And as you can see at the top, it's in Flesh City where it says moments later. And then you got this little girl down here who's looking out the window, everything that's going on. And she says, come on, we don't got all night. And then, of course, you see she sees the spirit, and I guess the mom didn't see it, and that's the end of that. So then you got these chicks in here throughout the jewelry store, and they're checking out this real valuable piece of diamond, and a rock gets thrown through the window, and obviously, it's a mystery chick who comes in to steal the jewelry. And of course, fast forward, you can see at the title here, Lady Luck, Spirit of Fortune. And obviously she's running, and the chick who owns the store is yelling after her, and she gets lost into the crowd. And of course, as you can see here, boom, she has a jewelry. The cat ends up scanning her or something like that. The bag pops into the air, and it drops down the damn drain. And basically, as you can see, she's a homeless chick, and she loses the jewelry. So basically, what the story is of her is she basically is very unlucky, and it's like almost anything that could go wrong with her does happen. Now, the story does go back in time where we get to see what happens as far as how she became to be, and you have Conchula from 1930, and you actually have this chick here who's trying to change the tire. This guy shows up, he offers to help her, and obviously it looks like love at first sight. And then fast forward, you see them getting married, and now she's pregnant, and basically she ends up having the baby. and the mom ends up sadly passing away. And basically, he's raising the daughter on his own, and this is a year and 2 days later, where he's basically raising the daughter by himself. And I believe she has a necklace from her mom, and that's really sad, man. It really is. So she's here at school in 1943, and this is where you see her hanging out, and basically a lot of the kids are looking at her like she's some type of weird freak. As you can see here, my mama still wakes up screaming about the fires. I'd get, I'd bet, yeah, Lucy, that's her name over here. Uh, I bet Lucy Wicked's spell on Hogtown. So I'm guessing they're basically looking at her like she's some type of freaky witch or something like that, and they're blaming her for whatever's happening in this small town. And of course, she's just trying to be friendly and be nice. And this is where she's trying to sit with this chick over here to eat lunch with her, and she's like, "No, I don't want to." And she's having the necklace snatched around her neck by this boy over here. And of course, her dad comes home. She's chilling outside, and she's very upset. And she's telling him how she doesn't want to have the necklace with her anymore. And for some reason, whenever she gets sad, it starts to rain. And her dad is telling her that everything is gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Everything is gonna be all right. We're gonna be good in so many words. And then, moving on to the next one. I guess this was always in the pouch. It's a picture of, I believe, her dad and her mom. And then, of course, the dad ends up passing. And for whatever reason, her family ends up alienating her, where they don't have nothing to do with her. So, yeah, I think that's really messed up. And basically, she's left homeless. And so fast forward, like all this is going on in New Orleans, and I believe we're back in the present day of this comic book, and this is where she gets hungry, and she's off to try and steal some of the food, right? And so she's unable to do that because this bird comes squawking. And like I said, she has really bad luck. So anything that does go wrong can go wrong. It does happen to go wrong for her. And so yeah, she doesn't manage to end up stealing the food, and a homeless man ends up coming out of nowhere and offering her some food. I guess when she was busy, wasn't paying attention. And continuing on, uh, she ends up eating, and there's all these demons in the under, deep beneath Flesh City. I guess they're having some type of party or something because they finally beat the Lady Luck spirit. And like I said, they're all partying, just minding their own business. And like I said, I love the colors, I love the way that it pops. It feels good to get into a story from the ground up. And of course, you have one of the henchmen over here, and he's saying, delectable care for a portion. I guess basically he's eating something like an eyeball or something like that. And you got these other guys out here having a whole meeting and everything, right? So you got the little goblin dude who shows up, um, and I guess he wants to have a meeting with the boss. And so basically, he has a meeting with the boss, and the boss is over here with some weird chick lizard creature, and basically they come to find out that the spirit is still alive. And fast forward, he's pissed off. The chick is basically going back to her home. I guess somebody ransacked her homeless house. And then, of course, this is where, she's really upset. It starts to rain again. And, she's sitting there just drenched in her sorrows. And this is her partying up here. You can see right here, welcome my words, misfortune, nevermore, prosperity, evermore. Hello, Lucy. And as you can see, the cat seeing some stuff going on down there. And she's like, huh? So it's basically this little spirit. And boom, we get to the next panel, and she's officially the new spirit of Lady Luck. And as you can see here, it says, do not be alarmed. My name is Man Fontaine, the spirit of fortune. I require your help. And that's basically where the story ends at. And I gotta say, I kind of like the look where it kind of, intertwines our homeless look with the spirit look. And yeah, that's the end of this comic book. And of course, it has this backwards comic book, which I've already read. And then, of course, you have this last panel here. But this book, quite honestly, was um, pretty damn good. I'll give Valence Comics that. Like I said, this right here definitely needs to be a poster because I really, really like the look of it. I thought it looked super badass. And I thought the story was pretty interesting. I'll definitely give this book an 8.5 out of 10. Big shout out to Alex Comics for sending it to me. Like I said, the main thing I do like about this comic book is the colors, how they really pop, and how they really just, you really get to see everything in all its visuals. I like how the story just kind of flows from one panel to the next, so you never really get lost in anything. I love how the creatures look. They look scary, they look intimidating, they look like they can kick your ass. I like the look of Lady Luck. I think she looks gorgeous. It is really cool to see. I'm glad they got something set in a different timeline rather than the modern, the current timeline we're living in now. Like I said, the way that this looks, look at this, the chains, the colors. I wonder how this will look as an actual comic book in my hand versus a digital, but I love the look of it. And as you can see, it's a lot of gore with the hand, of course, being snapped off. And of course, you got the main dude, which is a black dude, which is one of the biggest things I love. He looks creepy, he looks intimidating, like he could kick your ass. That's what I'm talking about, okay? And obviously, you see where he ends up stabbing her here, and it just looks really cool. Like I said, the colors in this comic book really pop. That's the main thing I really like about it. I really do like the story, how she goes from being unlucky to getting these powers and becoming lucky. I really want to know um, where they go with story 2. And as you can see, Lady Luck, Spirit of Fortune. So I can't wait to read the comic book, the second comic book. So if Outs Comics, y'all watching this, man, definitely hook your boy up because I want to read the second comic book of Fortune. And if y'all got this as a poster, man, hook your boy up. I'll buy it online if I have to. But if y'all want to hook me up, man, with this comic book, sorry, with this poster, this thing is going to hang up in my house somewhere because I love the way that this story looks. And I love the way that the Lady of Fortune looks on the front of the cover. It looks badass. So, with that being said, man, I will have a link to this comic book down below in the comment section. If y'all interested, just look at this. So damn cool when he gets pissed off. You see the change, right? I wonder how much of his body actually changes. If this is just like a hidden monster underneath all this outside skeleton, you know what I mean? But anyway, I will have a link to this in the comment section below. Definitely let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about this review. I'm still working on my reviews on comics, so I'm not the best at it, so please excuse me. But like I said, let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think? Ounce Comics, thank you again for sending this to me. Big shout out to y'all. I'll catch you on the next review. Like, comment, subscribe. 2,000 subscribers. Peace. I'm out.